Good morning, everybody. Um, this is Dee Dee with Power of Three Trading. Thank you for joining. I'm here not only to just teach you the strat, but how to profit from its techniques. If you have more questions regarding the strat, please reach out to my guy, Rob Smith, at Smiths in the Black channel, Rob in the Black on Twitter, and at Sepia Group. So I missed yesterday because I was out traveling. I don't know if we want to go over Friday's trade. We'll go over Friday's trade real quick because I had posted Twitter, Tesla, and I think Netflix, and this was it was choppy morning on both of these guys. I actually got into Tesla, and I want to show you this. Man, I was all over the place on Friday, managed to squeak out a win, but I got triangled out right here on Tesla. Just frustrating. So I took this inside bar here, me being the patient Dee Dee that I am, I took this inside bar here. All of my signals were enforced, right? Well, kind of, sort of. It was still red on this day, because remember, this is the open here. So it was still red on the day, but I took this signal here, right here. What does it do immediately? Trades down, goes inside, and then two down. I exited the trade, ticked off, lost money, only for it to trade right back up to our range. So this was this range here that we drew on the high of this day. So I ended up covering that loss here in this trade, catching this move here. And I know this is a while ago, a few days, but when we drew these broadening formations off the 18 here, the blue lines, we're trying to remember to change these lines. We drew these broadening formations, and I said if price gets stuck in this range, it could be a little tricky. So it came back down, and then finally came up. And so caught that move there, and then price traded back down inside this range, and I was able to catch this move off the inside bar. Because once it trades out and comes back in to our broadening formation, I'm looking to trade those reversals. So if you think about it, this right was a gapper. This is a continuation move. This back inside the previous range is a reversal. Okay. And I was out yesterday, so I missed this. So these lines, trend lines, were drawn from Friday morning, but you can see they were still valid to a degree because price traded down. So this would have been your move if you're waiting for the 18-minute flip, and you can see how tricky that was. This is a 3-minute chart, guys. So you can see how tricky that would have been in that first 15 minutes. So this is the 18-minute flip right here. Price traded back up, came back down. And this is why looking at it on the shorter time frames got me early on, which is why I had to get off the 3. I will go here from time to time. I will go to the 3-minute, especially on Tesla, because it moves, and especially if I'm looking to exit a trade. But if you stay here on the 18 and look for your signals off the 18 or 15 inside bars, then you can jump down to the 3-minute for your entry. So here you had a 2 down, 2 down. So you really didn't have the triangle for the day. Then you had this move to the upside that you could have taken for a 2 up. But understanding this was a 2 up on the day. So you're having to take out this entire range for the daily. And you can see how this looks on the 4-hour chart. This is trading down. You had the 2 up inside bar, 2 and then 2 down on the 4-hour. So when it hit here, you were trading 2 down on this 4-hour. So the trend was to the downside. So this would have been a risky trade to the upside. because again, you have to take out this day. You're down inside day. And so the better move if you were trading Tesla yesterday would have been off this to back to the downside, full time frame continuity to the downside on Tesla here. I have this, yeah. So this is the hour of the day, and that was yesterday. So on the week, because this started the new week, right? Oh no, yesterday started the new week. So yeah, you'd have been full time frame continuity to the downside. So this is where you want to think about when you're day trading. If you only want to trade in full time frame continuity, where your hour, daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly, and yearly are all green, all red, if you use those colors. But because I trade reversals, I don't necessarily look at the weekly, monthly, daily, quarterly, and year. But I'm sorry, not the daily, the weekly, monthly, quarterly, and year, but for sure on the daily. And this was our open here. So I would have been looking to trade the short if I were online yesterday. And you can see here, you had the 2-2. Now you're looking for, this is a 2 up. You're looking to take this out. And so this is this range here, and you could have gotten in at the lower here, somewhere in this range when it crossed back below -100. I would have been looking to enter and taking that trade down. And then you had a nice 3-2-2, a little tricky because it came back up on a shorter time frame, TTO right here, triangle day out, reverse this 3, but it's a 3-minute, guys, which is why you can't look at these very short time frame for reversal patterns. It reversed here on a 3-minute, but that was simply a TTO on your 15-18, and it continued to the downside and hit this broadening formation that we drew last week. All right, so I'm going to look at Netflix real quick, that because I think we had talked about the signal on here, because if you recall, when I drew this, I didn't like it because we drew this using the 90-minute. And I said, man, when you look at all of these outside bars, this is going to be tricky. And so I just stopped, ended our setup with wait for the 18-minute or 15-minute scalp signals, 3-2-2-2-1-2. And so if you were to look at that, let's see what that looks like on the 15, because Netflix was absolutely a tricky trade here on this day here, not yesterday, this was Friday. And you can see we didn't get our inside bars up front early, but these would have been harder trades, right? Because you had to break out of these ranges that we had drawn. And if you're looking at this on a shorter time frame, you're looking at a bunch of TTOs, and I can see that because of these dojis. And then finally you had a move here. But even that would have been tricky. So you can see how price action looked on the 15. You really didn't have a signal, right? So I'm looking for inside bars, 2 down, 2 up. You didn't get a signal until here on Netflix. I didn't trade it, but you didn't get a signal to here, and then it crossed back up, and then it held this trend line. And then you could have held this, or you could have waited, not reverse here, right? Because it held this broadening formation. So you could have waited till you got your, and this was a 1-2-2 rev strat, and you could have gotten a move here on this 90. But that's what I meant when I said, hey, we need to wait for our signals using the 90 or the 60, because it's trying to trade back inside these outside bars. And it finally cleared here. I'm going to just draw this so you can see the high of this bar here. It finally cleared at 2 o'clock, and it continued right to the end of the day. All right, so those are those trades. I just kind of wanted to highlight them. But you know, we got gappers, y'all. Here's my gapper list for today, my screener, and just a lot of gappers. And so we're just going to narrow this down to the handful that I like to trade. What I'm going to do is I want to go over the cues real quickly to see what this looks like. And then I have kind of my short list, but obviously I can't trade all of these. But these are companies that I like to trade on a gapper. But as you can see yesterday, and I'm sorry I missed some of these moves, we had some significant moves to the downside. So let's just start with the Qs to see what that looks like, because we have major gapper. And so Qs are back now above this broadening formation that we drew here, and near the high of this inside bar at 304.576. So pre-market it's at 304.64. Looking to take out this inside bar here. Let's see, what's today, the 17th. Oh joy, a new 3-day candle is forming. Yes. All right. Maybe. I'm still looking at my CCI, not comfortable yet, but upside move here. If we can cross above this, think about it, guys, 322 to the upside. And so the high of this candle is 309.35. So that's going to be some level of resistance, if you will. So that'll be our target. 309, the high of this candle, 309.35. We drew that broadening formation. I think here, yeah. So this broadening formation was drawn from where? The 3-week. So this is our 3-week broadening formation. So that is about there we go, 309.81. So that's where we'll be looking for some a target here, but it's got to clear 305.76 first, right? This inside bar. So 2 down, 1, 2 up. So clears this bar, then we'd be looking at 309-ish, 310, right? So clear 305.76 on this gapper move, 310 will be our target, somewhere around 309, 310. Okay, so keep an eye on that. Tesla is now trading back inside this range. This will be interesting, guys. Maybe getting our move earlier. I was looking for maybe end of the month it continue to trade down, so I would not be going long today, but I am interested in this move. Why? Because this put in what we call an inverted hammer, right? So if you flipped it around, you'd have a hammer. If it was sitting at the top, you'd have what we call in candlestick world hanging man. This is a reversal pattern, guys, on a 3-day chart. So I am particularly interested to see if it clears this range. It may sit inside, right? Because the high here is 787.35, but it's Tesla. It could absolutely clear that. Maybe not today, but remember I said this is a new 3-day flip. So I'd be looking to see if Tesla continues to trade up in the rest of the week. Who else we like? Let me look at, let's go through this list. I apologize, I didn't go through my list before I started because I overslept. But again, going back here, I'm still looking for my CCI, right? To cross back above here on the 3-day. But you can see in these patterns, there may be an opportunity. Okay, shop comes off the list. Why? I don't like shop on a 3-day outside bar on a 3-day. I'd like to see that come inside and then maybe another move. So we won't look at that today. Etsy, same thing. I'm not trading off of an outside bar. Home Depot, big gapper. Definitely will be eyeing Home Depot today, guys. They blew out the earnings. They said what recession coming. All right, so we'll be looking at Home Depot, NVIDIA, just because I love to trade it. I like this reversal on NVIDIA off the monthly as well. And you can see we may end up the month in a doji. That would be a nice reversal pattern in the next couple of weeks. We'll see. So the chips, so you can see this on the chips. I got Qualcomm, I think maybe on here as well. Let's look at that. Yeah, Qualcomm as well, but Applied Materials, not interested in this outside bar. We'll focus on NVIDIA instead. PayPal, potential, Qualcomm, Zoom. They all look pretty good. Removing snow from my list. It's an outside bar, CrowdStrike. Lowe's. Let's see, do they report today? Tomorrow. Lowe's reports tomorrow, but maybe feeding off some of the news from, gapping off the news from Home Depot. DocuSign off the list. Roku off the list, just because it's an outside on my 3-day guys. That's the only reason. Walmart, big disappointment. While Home Depot is making big moves, Walmart lost on the bottom line. I'm sorry, yeah, bottom line earnings was a miss. So we'll take a look at that because it's earnings day. Airbnb, CCI is way down still. May not look at that. Nucor, probably not. Netflix outside bar. And then I have Adobe. Adobe usually volume is not necessarily the greatest, so probably won't look at that. So let's just focus on Tesla and Home Depot. If we get a chance, we'll look at Walmart as well. Okay. Yeah, Renee. We'll look at it, but I don't like the outside bar on the Roku chart. But let's start with Tesla and get rid of all of this. Yeah, we'll look at it. Okay, so no outside bars here, guys. What's going on? No outside bars on the 90 or the 4-hour from the last couple of days, but we do a few days ago on the 12th. So what I'm going to do is let's just start with this high of yesterday's range. Draw that on this outside bar here, but I'm going to take it on this 2. Okay, we'll take it on this 2. Let's see. Yeah, we got to go way back for Tesla. So we'll take it on this outside bar here. And then the high of this bar, I'm going to take it here. So what I'm looking at, guys, is Tesla's got to trade back inside this range, right? And so we're inside this 90-minute here. This was a 2 up off this outside bar. So here we got a 2 up here. So let's draw this. We have this 2 up here. And draw this back to this 2 up. Which one is higher? Yeah. All right. So we got this 2 up bar here. 2 up to this 2 up bar here. So it's traveling back. So remember, this is a huge range. Big outside bar here. So for Tesla to trade higher, it's got to clear this range. This will be tricky because you got a big big 2 down bar here. So we'll look at our 18 here in a minute, but it's got to get outside of this range, guys. This is your broadening formation. And then if we drew this way back, low here. So if it were to trade down further, we would draw it way back here. So the low here would go way back over here. Next lowest bar in that range. 222. This guy here. Nope. Maybe that guy. So yeah, but you still have this inside bar here to contend with. And the reason absence of a, well, we have the 2 down bar as well, but absence of a 2-2, I look at inside bars because it's got to take that inside bar. So to go 2 down, inside 2 up, I mean, we'll draw a horizontal line. So it go 2 down, 1, right? And then 2 down if it were to continue to short this range, because remember, you're inside this bar. So this is what we're clearing. That's why I'm drawing these off of this bar here. You're inside this outside bar, which is a huge range. And you can see once it came down inside this range yesterday, looks like it got a little choppy in here. So you're trying to clear this range. Now it's gapping back up. So here's the way I would play that. If it traded back below yesterday's low, let's see, which one is 719.09. So it didn't clear here. So if it cleared back below yesterday's low, which is clearing this range here, then I'd be looking at the inside bar here, 707. So if it drops below 719, 707, this inside bar. And then maybe you have a 2 to the downside to clear this outside bar, but this will be choppy in here. All right. Now to go to the upside, which it is gapping up with everything else, it's up. It's at 742 right now, almost 20, so 18 bucks maybe. It's got to clear this range, guys. So if it trades above this range, I'd consider going long. And then now let's look at and then let's draw this outside bar here first. Got the high of this bar. Let's see, what is that? It's 809.77. 840. There's an inside bar, it's too high. Outside bar, it's too high. Outside bar. Let's see here. Yeah. Okay. So this is what that would look like, because it's got to take this outside bar here if it trades higher. So here's where we are. It's got to clear this range. If price trades above this 2 down bar here, so 2 down, 2 down, looking maybe to get a 2 up here in this range, this will be our first target, upper broadening formation from this outside bar. Then this would be our next target, trying to clear, because now you're in this outside bar. If price trades above here, right? So it's got to get above this range. This is today. So above 776, you're in this range. So now I'm looking for price to take this. This will be the lower broadening formation from this inside bar. 3, 1. It's got to clear this broadening formation for price action to continue to take the high here, which is around 810. So that's how I'm playing it. Let's look at it on a shorter time frame. Do we have a lot of outside bars to clear? So we have already captured this. So here's our plan. Short below yesterday's low. Let me just do. Okay, so short below the low 719.09. Just call it 719, short below 719. And then we're looking to go long. So we're saying if price clears this high, this range here, which we drew, which is this 2 up bar, this is this 2 up. If price clears this range, this 2 up candle here, a 2 down candle, but price clears this range here, this is a 2 down. There's an opportunity. So now I'm looking at this. So it's got, this is a 3, 2 up. So that covers that range. Clears here, clears this range. Then you got this 2 down candle here. And you have this 2 up. All right. So it could be tricky, but it's certainly doable for Tesla. I'm looking to go long above 7, let's call it 748. So price gaps up and stays above this range. I'm looking to go long. This will be my first target, because if it clears here and clears here, this is our 2 up candle here. But remember, we drew this from our 2 down candle on the 90. but we're looking forward to clear this area in here. Be careful on the shorter time frame. All right, so long above this range here, I'm calling it 748. All right, but with caution, because it's got to clear this range, then this will be our next target and our next target. All right, so let's look at, we'll look at Roku, because I think Home Depot, yeah. So so remember Renee, I said I don't like it because I got to clear this outside bar on Roku. So that's this range here. But here's what I'll tell you. This is not a solid outside bar. What I mean by that is this is kind of a doji. Not kind of, it is. So you still may have an opportunity here versus, so basically that was a lot of indecision. If we look at it on a shorter time frame, yeah, you got the 6 minute guy. You got the 6 minute guy outside. You had that. What an ugly trade this would have been. Yeah, so this is what you're contending with. So really, I don't usually draw these on the 6 minute, but this is our reality. So it looks like a doji here, but you have this 2 up bar. See, outside, 2 up. And then you can see it got really choppy inside. Why, guys? We talk about this. When you have an outside bar in that first opening, 15, 18, let's see. Yeah, it gets really choppy in here. And so trying to figure out how to trade this is the bottom of the hour flip. I mean, there was an opportunity right there. This is a 60, 6 minute. There was an opportunity. So, yeah, I'd still draw this. Oh, hang on, I gotta put my drawings back on. I'd still draw this. Yeah, you got this outside bar here too, guys. If you're trading Roku, I would really want to see it trading outside of this range, but you do have an outside bar here. So there may be an opportunity to get into Roku right in here. Get this outside bar. I just hate all of these outside bars. There's a 2 up bar here. So if we can get Roku, so here's what it's looking like, because you do have quite a few outside bars. All right, so here's what I would do at Roku. Just think, but just know it may be choppy, okay? Because you got to clear these outside bars, and you have several of them. So long here, right? So price looks like it's gapping up. You have a 3, 2, 2 long above this range. I would prefer, because remember you're inside day. So I would prefer price clears this range here, this outside bar. Then maybe this be our first target. So this is 96.98, and this is 98. So maybe we can get a couple dollars here. Careful. Caution, caution, caution. You're inside this outside bar. Wait for price action to give you an idea of where it's moving. All right, so it's got to clear this. And now you're inside the opening range, right? This is the opening 6 minutes, guys. I mean, we had a huge opening 6 minutes. So clear this range. First target, careful, it doesn't come back in. Still inside day. This is an outside bar, outside on a daily. All right. So now it clears above this range. That looks like a 322 on the 4 hour. This would be your first target. You have another outside bar right here, guys. I mean, it's got to clear. I'm not going to draw another broad information, but it's got to clear this for price to continue. It's got to clear. I'm just going to draw it. It's going to be close. So, but it's got to clear this range here. Inside bar, yeah. It's got to clear this range. You can even probably take that 98.50. Yeah. You can probably yeah, so it's going to be closed. That's why I said I wasn't going to draw it, but it's got to clear this outside bar for me to think that this is going to continue. So let me draw some notes here. All right, so here's what I'm looking at if we were to trade Roku, but I'm going to use caution here because this is an outside bar. Short below yesterday's low, so whatever that is, because then this is your range here. So I'll go short below this low, 93. Because if price trades below yesterday's low, this is going to be your target. This was previous day's low. So we can get, I'll draw it to this outside bar here. Okay. Yeah, another outside bar, guys. Can you see that? Let me just blow this up. You see this outside bar here? Big outside bar. Boom, 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 boom. This is what you're contending with, Renee. So just be careful, okay? If you get into this range, to this trade, you're inside this range, guys. Choppy could be the result, okay? So if it goes above, trades above this range here though, I'm even gonna go so far as to say here. So if we get in above here, take this 3-2, that'll cover your 4 hour. This will be our target, right around 98.65. Yeah, 98.65. We're gonna use this as our target right here. And if it clears this, then we'll use this as our target. So we'll go long above this range, above 97, 96, 98. So we'll go long above 97. With caution as to clear outside bar. And we have several of them, okay? We have several of them. So we're gonna take it if it clears this, right? So long above here, you have this to contend with, but this is your range from back in May 2nd. All of this is inside this range, guys. All of this is still trading inside this outside bar. Okay, you're welcome. All right, let's look at Home Depot and then we'll wrap up. Nice gapper on Home Depot. I don't know about you guys, but I seem to spend more time at Home Depot than Lowe's. So it's a no wonder they are gapping up because I think they still get quite a bit of the, the handyman, small professional traders, customers. And so, you got this outside bar here. It is in this range. Let's go back to this 90. It is in this range, right? So this is what it's got to contend with. Nice outside bar here. Okay, so I'm going to start down here. This was our high of yesterday. So let's just say if price trades back inside this range, we're going to draw it down this way. So this is, 299, 42, 57. So we're going to say if price trades back below this range, so this is the high of this, so this is our upper broadening rate formation from yesterday. It's got to clear this range. And then we have this 2 down bar at the close. So we'll take that here. At the next lowest. It's inside. We'll take this here. So this is our 2 down, 2 up. So 2 up, 2 down. So here's what I'm looking for from yesterday. So we drew this from yesterday's range. If price gaps up, trades back below 300, right? So this is 299.57. If it trades back below 300, this will be our first target, right? 2 up, 2 down. So it could get stuck in this range. So just be careful with that. This will be our target for us for price action to continue to trade lower. This is your 2 down, 2 up. So what I'm looking at, and the reason I drew it here, is because it's got to trade below this range to take this out. This is your 2 up bar, right? So this is going to be the caution range because you're in the upper range of yesterday's close or yesterday's highs, okay? So this is where I'm going to use caution. But if price, as we can see, it's gapping up now. If it trades back inside this range, this will be our first target, okay? Or do I want to draw it a little different? I may even want to draw it this way. I don't know. I'll do it both ways for my own sake, because then I look at that. It could hit this range and continuation pattern, so just be careful. So that's why I drew it this way. It may not trade down because this is a 2 down candle. It may trade down to this level and go 2, 2, 2 up. You see what I did there? This is your broadening formation. This is your lower range for this 2 down candle. But this is actually going to be the target if it trades back down, because this is a 2 down candle. I drew this way upwards because what I'm saying is if price is going to continue to trade down, it's got to clear this level here first. So this is a 2 up, 2 down, and a potential 2 back up. So it could be tricky inside this range. So this is going to be my caution area, okay? All right, so now we got this outside bar here, and let's see where it's gapping. Okay, so you got this bar here. All right, so it's right at this range. So this is the way I would view that. I'm just looking, there may be another 2 bar that is higher. Yeah, okay, cool, cool. So this is where I'm going to draw that. That was a gapper here. So it needs to stay above this range for me to continue to trade this, to trade this long. All right, so let me say that again. Outside bar, guys. Got to stay outside of this range for us to think that price action, it's going to go long. So it's already gapped above it, needs to stay above it. Price action comes back in this range, I'm out, right? And then I'll be looking for a short. Do not get stuck in this range though. Okay, big outside bar here, big outside bar. So looks a little busy, but remember this is yesterday, right? This is May 10th. So just be careful. We do not want to trade if price comes back inside here. We'll be looking for some scalps. 312s, 222s, 212s, right? Because this is going to be choppy. This will be a choppy range. All right, mark my words. All right, now here we are in this range. Let's see how I'm going to play this. Because and you guys know, look, you don't have to trade the Home Depot. You don't have to trade at all. Just be careful. You know, a lot of times, here's a 3 bar here. This is a 3 bar. This is a 3 bar. This is a 3 bar, guys. And this is just a 90-minute range, which is why I draw my broad information on intraday. You have to take out these ranges. And so just know that if price reverses and comes back in, if you can get a reversal, and see if we can get one at the top of the range, these are going to be your targets. So if it gaps up and you see like an inside bar on a 18 or a 6 maybe, and then comes back in, this is going to be your first target. So let's be careful with that, because once it comes back in here, it's going to be a little difficult. Okay. All right, so let's do this. We got this outside bar, big 2 down bar here to contend with. All right, I'm gonna draw this way. This is the high of this day, because if it's trading back up in this range, it's got to take this out, right? Before it's gonna go here. So you got more inside bar, outside bars inside this range, which is crazy. All this is showing is how choppy the market has been. That's all this is showing. We got this 2 down bar here. We got another outside bar. I'm going to draw to this outside bar here. This outside bar to this outside bar, because it's got to take this range. So here's what I'm looking at. This is a gapper. If price gaps and holds below this range, I'll look for a reversal, and this is going to be my target. So here's where it's gapping at. What did I do? I drew from this outside bar here to this outside bar here. You can also draw this outside bar here, here. But this is just going to be choppy. Very, very similar to the Netflix trade that we talked about on Friday. When you are trying to trade back up inside a very difficult range, because remember, market has been trading down. You look at this on a shorter zoom out, right? This is a gapper. And it's been trading down ever. Gosh, yeah, I don't want to go back that far, but look at this we just looked at December of last year, okay? So expect it to be a little bumpy going up. That means you have to use caution, which is why I believe the strat is so powerful. If you waited for your inside bars, there's an opportunity here. So this is going to be target on the open, gapper. If it trades here and fails, look for a reversal. It's already gapped up. Probably its average daily range. Let me see, it's been some big movers here. 12 points, 11, 10, 11 points. So it's already probably half that. What did it close at yesterday? 295, 296. Yeah, so it's probably going to gap up right around its average daily range, guys. So just be careful. This will be the next target, and that's how we'll play Home Depot. So my message here is great. I didn't have drawings on. So the drawings aren't going to be on a shorter time frame, guys. I'm sorry, I don't have time to go back and redraw them. So we'll do them on the 90. But just be careful. We're going to short below this range here, which is 295. All right, so short below this 2 down bar, looking to take this range out here. And then we'll go long above yesterday's high. We'll call it 300, but it's already gapped above that. Long above 300, gapper, short below. We're gonna call this 305. Okay, short, gapper, stalls, in reverse. Okay, short below. All right, so all that means is we've already gapped above this range and it's still moving. I mean, this could be a kicker, guys. This is gonna be your next target. Like I said, blew out, and the guidance, I believe, if I read that correctly, was upward. So this could be a kicker in Home Depot. I'm not expecting a short below 295, let's just be honest. But I'll just be careful, and because again, you're trying to clear out of these ranges. So we're gonna wait and look for our inside bars on the shorter time frames, maybe even a pullback and then a continuation to the upside. Okay. All right, so that's Tesla, Home Depot, Roku. All right, so we're gonna close out real quick. Favorite scripture, Proverbs 21:5 and The plans that are diligently surely to advantage, but everyone who is hasty comes surely to poverty. Gap per day, guys. We talked about, what the cues would look like if we can get a continuation to the upsides potential. Not saying, any lows are in, cannot call that. This is a down market. Won't be looking at any potential reversals until the end of the month, June, because remember, June will be the last quarter. Last month in the quarter. So maybe we'll see if we can get the market to kind of stabilize in June, probably get a little bit of choppiness trading inside month, we'll see. But for our day trades, gappers, look for reversals. If you do not get a reversal signal in that first hour, it's probably going to be kind of a gap or pullback continuation to the upside. So just use caution there. All right, I'm gonna stop here. Thanks for joining, everybody. If you like my videos, please subscribe to me on YouTube. I appreciate it. Take good care.